Well, hey everybody, welcome back to My Shoebox Adventures. Steve here. This week, I'm camping in northern Arizona. I'm in the Coconino National Forest, and I'm at a campground. That's right. Have a look. I am, I'm in the Bonito, where am I? The Bonito Campground here in the Coconino National Forest, just north of Flagstaff, Arizona. And I want to bring you along with me if you're wondering if you'd like to camp in this campground. What does this campground have to offer? And what is in the general area? What is close by that's fun to do? This has a lot of surprises that I was unaware of. So if you're curious about the Bonito Campground, well, come along with me and I'll answer all those questions for you. All right, here's the entrance to the Bonito Campground. It's right here, as the sign says. The entrance is right here. I just came off Highway 85. Is it 85 or 89? The highway from Flagstaff up to Utah. Anyway, the road coming in is here. And let me mention right off the bat while I'm out here at the entrance, one of the big attractions to this campground is it sits on the border. It's right next to the Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument. Sunset Crater National Monument is right there. And the campground is right there. Do you see what I'm talking about? So if you'd like to visit this national monument, there's no better spot to camp than here. There's plenty of boondocking around here. There's plenty of Forest Service land that you know, close by, and it's free, of course. Boondocking is free. When I came in here, it was raining, and it was late, and so this is very clean and easy, and it's inexpensive. Let's get up here to the fee sign. I'll show you what we got. So you proceed to your site, pick a site. Half the sites are first come, first serve, half are reserve sites. So you pick a site, and then the host will come around and collect your money, get your details. So we've got $34 for the first vehicle, $10 for the second vehicle, and $12 for day use if you want to come in for the day. 14-day limit. If you have a senior pass, if you've got the America the Beautiful pass, then it's half price. So it's $17 a night. I'm working on that $17 price, which makes it very affordable, especially when you consider the amenities you get. Here's a few little details on the storyboard. You can freeze frame that and read all that at your leisure, all right? Now, we've got camp hosts here, 2 camp hosts. They're wonderful. Look, you can buy ice here. They have firewood for sale. Now, there are fire restrictions in the forest right now, but if you stay here in this designated campground and use the designated fire ring, you're allowed to have a fire. So here's the accommodation for the hosts. You can see our ice machine here. There's our wood supply. $10 a bundle, reasonable price when you consider how much it would cost you to drive to town, how much you'd pay for gas. We're only 10 miles out of Flagstaff, so if you need things, we're not far away. And you can see the layout. It's really pretty wonderful. And here is one of 3 bathhouses they have on site. They're all clean. They have running water, flushing toilets, no showers. There are no showers here. All right, everybody's always curious about the bathrooms. Here they are. See, we've got soap, paper towels, nice mirror. Hey, hi. Running water. We've got the, flushing toilet, and everything is clean and stocked up. These guys do a great job. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, yeah, none of that. There are 3 of these bathhouses on the premises here, so you don't have to walk too far. No matter where you're camped, you don't have to walk too far to use the facilities. Very nice. But it's really a quiet campground. I'm surprised. There are all kinds of dog owners walking their dogs, but the dogs are all on leash and very well trained. No barking dogs, no running dogs, families with kids. But really it's just silent most of the time here. Extremely quiet. And you can tent camp. We've got a lot of tent campers in here. See, here's a family tent camping right here. Right there. And then here's a familiar rig here in the distance. My Tab 320. All right, guys, let's take a look at my camp. The way I've got it set up today. We'll start back here. Solar, always solar. Haven't had to fire up the generator in over 6 months. If I can go 3 more months without ever having to use it, and there it is, I'm going to stop bringing it. I'm just bringing it because I'm a Boy Scout. Be prepared for emergencies, that kind of thing. Here's the firing. Get these nice big firings. I've got my picnic table here. They're all very, very clean. You guys know how I hate the dirty table and I scrub them off when they're a mess, but this is very clean. My barbecue, very clean. You're seeing my portable water heater there that I use for showers and dishes. All right, coming over here, taking a look at the tab. Not a whole lot to see, really. Everything's pretty much the same. I love this thing. Tab owners, aren't we lucky? I brought my electric bike this time. I think seniors and electric bikes go together really well, especially when you're trying to go uphill. And I'll take a little ride on that later. This is the little electric 2.0. It's several years old, folds in half. It does still take up a lot of space and it's heavy, but I can put it in the back of my truck right now. I think I've mentioned before I'm trying to figure out how to put a bike rack on this little aluminum rack on the front here, get rid of that generator and put a bike rack, a single bike rack. I'm looking at one up, figuring out how to put that on there. If you tab owners that are watching, if you guys have a bike rack on your little tray, can you guys, leave it in the comments what you've got going on? Maybe send me some pictures. I've got to figure out how to put a bike rack on that tray. That's gonna, then I can, and it's got to support an e-bike, because in the future I'd like to get a bigger e-bike. I'd like to have the full-size, 26-inch wheel with the 4-inch tire. That e-bike, yeah, the one that would be better when I go off-road, which is what I do frequently. All right, guys. The camp host just rolled by, and I missed her. I was in my camper. This is why you should never be in your camper. And she had a whole bunch of wood on her cart, and I was kind of wanting to buy a bundle of wood. So let's jump on the e-bike and chase her down. All right, hopefully you're picking this up. I don't have my remote mic on. It's been giving me trouble anyway, but here, look, here's what, and keep in mind, this is at the campground, so you're gonna pay a premium, $10 worth of wood. And I gathered a little bit. We're allowed to pick up wood on the ground, so I gathered this from the ground. And the stuff I picked up, that'll be easy to start, and then we'll throw some of Jimbo's firewood there on, and it'll be good. Ooh. Here comes a Lance trailer. I love looking at other people's equipment. Uh-oh, people are blocking the road, so I get a really good look at his Lance. That's a good one too. That's that 1475. I like the little Lance. There's a lot of living space in that little Lance, and they're made pretty well. All right, guys, I've got to jump on the bike and ride down off-site to find where I can get cell signal so I can call my son. And well, I'll take you along with me. Let's take another bike ride. An exciting ride, huh, kids? All right, so I found this spot. It's kind of a turnout on the road. We'll give you a look around. Well, you saw it coming in on the bike. Here's where I am. San Francisco peaks are off that way. But there's this turnout lined by these rocks. So I sit down on this rock, and it wasn't very comfortable last night, so I brought one of these pads with me. People, they get these they kneel on these when they do gardening. It's one of those foam pads just to put your knees on. Well, I'm going to sit on it. All right, I'm going to let you go while I chit-chat with my son, and then we can ride back to the campsite together. What do you say? All right. Well, I'm back. Successful phone call. Grandkids are doing great. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's having a happy Mother's Day. I'm going to jump back on the bike and head back to camp. Might take a detour, I don't know. Come along with me. Right there. old people having fun. That's right. All right, you guys are still with me? That was exciting, huh? I'm over here at the O'Leary Campground. I thought I'd take that quick detour. Oh, just a little word on the electric bikes for senior citizens. That was all uphill when I turned left to go up to this O'Leary Campground. All uphill, going 16 miles an hour. Yeah, I couldn't have done that without that motor helping me out. All right. Across the way here, I'm across from my campground. So my campground is over there, across the ravine. That's Bonito over there. Just want to show you this stuff. I don't know what is up this road. This road closed. Do not block gate. Let's take a look. This is the O'Leary Lookout Trail. It is 5 miles. Camping, campfires prohibited, no wood cutting. O'Leary Lookout is 5 miles up this road. That'd be fun. If I had if I had my e-mountain bike, I would go ahead and ride right through here. I don't think I'd get in trouble. That'd be fun. And take that at least part of the way, depending on the condition of the road, but an e-mountain bike would be required for that. A regular mountain bike would work fine for a younger guy. For me, it's got to have the E. E for electric mountain bike. So anyway, there's a campground. Sorry, guys. There's a campground up here. And the O'Leary Campground, this is a group campground. Group campground. I'm going to put you back on the bike. Get ready, there you go. You're back on the bike. Let's keep riding. I did get exercise coming up that hill, by the way. Yes. People think you don't get exercise on these. These are great for old folks out of shape. See, I used the throttle right then to get going. It's easier to use the throttle to start up than to pedal, especially if you're going uphill. So see, here's the entrance to the O'Leary group campsite. It's got lots of big pavilion areas for groups. Looks pretty cool. Welcome to the O'Leary group campground, small sign. Ooh, I'm gonna hang on, guys. Let me throttle this thing up this hill and see what it says. Okay, small site per night, $171, up to 50 people. Get your friends and come on down. Large site, $199 for up to 75 people. O'Leary Campground looks pretty fun. All right. God, I think if I got 75 friends, 50 friends. When you divide that fee up between all your friends, it's super doable. All right. Whew. Thin air. Anyway, I'm getting fresh air. I don't know if you can hear me in the wind. So I think these e-bikes are really something that senior citizens should think about. this will keep us young, you guys. Exercise, fresh air, beautiful views. All right, Bonito Campground. Gotta watch my speed here. I'm going 16 miles an hour. But look at that, speed limit 10. So we'll behave ourselves. 10 miles an hour it is. All right, guys, wasn't that exciting? There you go. What every senior needs, an electric bike. We're back. I think it's time for a fire. If it's not too windy, let's check it out. Hey guys, okay, made it back on that bike ride. Wasn't that a great bike ride? I tell you, the e-bike, it just it awakens the inner child. That's why I think senior citizens might want to take a look at that. I apologize, I'm chewing gum. I need to refresh. Oh, but I'm home. Got everything squared away. Home like, you know, home sweet home. And check it out. Not too windy right this minute. I think tomorrow and the next day we won't be able to do this fire thing, so we're going to do it right now. Our sayonara fire for a couple of days. I went out and found some wood in the forest, combine that with some store-bought wood, and we'll be good. Pretty tired after that strenuous bike ride. Yeah. We'll do it again. We'll do some more. All right, guys, I'm going to relax and just melt into this fire here. If anything truly interesting happens, I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Steve here. Haven't had my coffee yet, so forgive my voice. Yeah, it's early in the morning. I'm still at the Bonito Campground. This meadow behind me, I got the tip that elk graze here in the morning. He said, yeah, they come out here about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I, of course, got out here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't see any elk. Let's flip this around. See what I'm seeing. Here's my big meadow. It's beautiful down here, but no elk. So either they were here at 6 and they got full and moved on, or they decided to go to Denny's this morning instead. But so I put up the drone, did a little drone work out here on the meadow just to give you an idea how beautiful it is. And so we're not leaving empty-handed. It's really windy and it's going to get worse. I hope you can hear me. It's going to be an interesting couple of days here. But I wanted you to see this. This is 7 a.m., Bonito Campground. I'm just down the road from it. You'll remember I take my electric bike and ride down this road in this direction and stop up there a ways where I can get a cell signal and talk to my son. So this is what you've seen when I'm riding my bike. All right, guys, I got to get my coffee. Yeah, I need some morning coffee, obviously, so I'm going to go do that, and we'll talk later. Bye now. All right, time to make some breakfast. I've been dilly-dallying around, so I'm in my Iceco refrigerator freezer here. We'll get out some eggs. I've already got the sausage out. You can see I've got my ice compartment there, my freezer compartment. I've got ice. I've got some frozen meats below there. 2 degrees in the freezer, 32 in the fridge, right? Maybe. Come over here to my kitchen. I've got some sausage in here. Letting those simmer a little bit in some butter. We'll add some egg. We'll add some egg and we'll be good to go. Breakfast in the new camp. Okay, just got back from a, 11 to 12 mile bike ride. And I'm still not acclimated to this altitude. I'm tired, but that was a great ride. When I started, I was thinking I'd go 40 miles. Yeah, right. It was a good deal though. I was on the e-bike. It was fun. There'll be a separate, I think I'm going to do an e-bike video talking about senior citizens and e-bikes and camping. Stay tuned for that one, see what I can put together. But what do we think about Bonito Campground? What do we, or what do I think about it, right? I'll tell you what I think about it, and you guys can tell me what you think about it in the comments. But it's a wonderful little place. I mean, it's $35 a night, and you get running water and flushing toilets in the bathroom. There are no showers, but really nice camp host. Everything is kept perfectly clean and tidy. It's really quiet. One of the things I don't like about campgrounds is there's usually all kinds of noise, inconsiderate people cutting through your campsite, dogs barking, kids screaming. None of that here. You know, loud music. No, there's no music at all. It's really been amazing, and it's been a great mix of anything from Class A's here all the way to lots of tent campers. We've got overlanding rigs. We've got vans, van lifers. It's fun to look at all the rigs go around the loop, but it's clean. It's a nice sized loop. It's actually a pretty small campground. And why would I go here though? Why would you pick this place out? Well, first of all, it's right on the way. If you leave Flagstaff going to Utah, or if you're coming from Utah towards Flagstaff, it's a nice place. It's right off Highway 89. This is really easy to get to, and you don't have to go on any dirt roads. It's paved all the way. So your rig stays clean and you can do it in any weather. In fact, the reason I came here both times I came here is because I was on my way to Utah. It was late in the evening. I needed to find a place to camp, and it was raining. And I didn't want to go off and camp in the forest. There's plenty of boondocking around here. There's plenty of forest land that we can use absolutely free for 14 days. I didn't want to drive off into the mud and the dark, unknown territory. This is clean. So yeah, that's when I stayed just one night, that particular trip, and fell in love with this place. Also, okay, why would you come here though as a destination? Well, because it's right next to 2 national monuments. I mean, literally, let me flip this around. We've been through this probably, but here's my campsite. I like my little campsite. Again, clean, solar, fire pit. Yeah, they've got all the amenities here. Just no hookups. There's no hookups here. This is the back of my campsite. You know, my picnic table's back here, and that's the national monument right there. The border before you get to the road, you're on national monument. It's right. Sunset Crater is just right up here, just a few miles. I rode my bike to it today. So there's one thing. There's another national monument that I didn't even know about. There's another national monument 18 miles further up the road, and it's some wonderful, very well preserved Indian ruins, ruins of civilization, of a community. And I haven't seen that. I haven't made it there. So we'll see if that ever happens. But that's another reason to come here. Now, how about hiking? We've got hiking trails everywhere. There's hiking trails all through the Volcano National Monument. There's hiking trails down at the Indian ruins, and there's a hiking trail right behind my camp. Between the back of my camp here and the road is a trail. Here, now I got to do this again. Sorry, guys. And the trail heads off into the National Monument that way. You can get to the lava fields right from here. I could just put on my backpack and walk right up here, walk right up to the trail, and then just take that trail in that direction. It ends up out in the lava fields. So it's a hiker's paradise here. I've seen multiple people go by on bicycles. A gal just went by on a really nice e-mountain bike. I should have flagged her down and asked if she'd be on camera. I could show you that bike. That's the type of bike I'm drooling over, dreaming about, that could go off-road, that this one really won't do. Yeah, she was on one of those. And then another gal went by on a bike similar to mine. Different brand, but the small 20-inch wheels, similar in size and shape to mine. Having fun. These are senior citizens, I should mention, having fun with e-bikes in a campground. So anyway, I digress. I jumped topics there. This campground is wonderful. And if you've got the senior pass, and if you're a senior and you camp and you don't have the senior pass, what is wrong with you? You're wasting money. Get the America the Beautiful pass. It's an $80 one-time fee. It lasts forever. And then the $35 a night fee to stay here drops in half, $17.50 a night. Gets pretty nice, right? Now, to get into the national monuments, that's $25 fee per car, right? $25. Not if you have the pass, it's free. So just my stay right here this week and going to the national monument twice, I've already paid, I've already saved more than it costs to get the card. So get the card. All right, guys, well, I'm going to wrap it up. I think this is a wonderful campground. Let me know what you think. It's very windy. It's getting overcast. The weather's changing. I can feel the cold. So I am going to, I think for the rest of the night, it's too windy to have a fire, obviously. So we're just going to turn in early. And then tomorrow, it's going to be even worse wind-wise. So I have to decide what I'm doing. I don't know for sure that I'm going to move on to Utah. I still think I'm moving on to Utah. But somebody I was talking to earlier was trying to talk me into going to the Overland Expo, which is here in Flagstaff. And that starts in 3 or 4 days from now. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. Am I going to the Expo? That means I'm not going to Utah because we're late in the season. It's getting hot, at least where I want to go. Monument Valley, Valley of the Gods, Mexican Hat, all of that area. It's going to get hot. So I haven't decided. So stay tuned to My Shoebox Adventures and see where I end up next, right? All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that video on my new hot water heater pump, my new shower. That was pretty fun. All right, I gotta go. Sorry, I'll talk forever. Until next time, get outside, get some vitamin D. Yeah, don't be sitting on the couch. Get some exercise, and I'll see you on the next episode of My Shoebox Adventures. Until then, guys, God bless. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.